welcome to Roll Fair, a D&D podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. As always, we will introduce ourselves. I am Devin, the Dungeon Master.
I'm Ryan, playing Seth, the Tiefling Warlock.
Brad, playing Arden, the Wizard.
I'm Kayla, playing Gaiji, the Tabaxi Pirate.
Austin, playing Sheruth the Turtle.
And Ben, playing Raina, the Human Ranger.
I'm Sarah. I'm playing Asar, the Fire Genasi Sorcerer.
Hi, I'm Marshall. I'm guest starring here, and I will be playing Gardovin Anuis, the Bard.
Perfect. So last time, we had some lore drop. We found out a little bit about what happened with Seth and his experiences trying to obtain some items from the Genturum Sanctum. He met up with his thief that he hired, Liaru, and they had some friendly exchanges. And got a little bit of information about the dagger that was used by Alton, Seth, to kill another gentleman, his first kill. It was not a nice dagger. Then we had a little interesting lore from some books that were read, and found out a little bit about the history of the city of Kashako, a little bit more about some cults, Cult of the Faceless, and we had an argument of
Qualifications.
Qualifications, that's a good word of putting it. I was going to say the pompous versus the not pompous. But we're picking up with the party is going to eventually be coming into a meeting, but we had a little bit more of the books that needed to be relayed. So we're going to pick up in the library.
I'll reluctantly help Shrew.
So yeah, Arden's helping me research more of the cult. And before he comes over and help, this is the first time I've really done this, and I kind of say a little prayer to Uvamar. Uvamar, you're helpful with the knowledge stuff. Would you help me find the book that would, help me know what I need to be doing? I'm just kind of been wandering around the past couple of days.
Okay. Are you casting anything specific or just saying a prayer?
Saying a prayer.
Oh. It's not like divine intervention.
No, I don't have that.
Yeah. Do you have guidance?
I do have guidance, but I don't. Okay.
That's different.
You're not casting anything, really.
Okay. Sounds good. What specifically are you asking Arden for help with?
Well, I asked Arden to come help me research the Cult of the Faceless. And then another thought kind of struck me is, I'm technically a cleric of the God of Knowledge. He could help me. So as Arden's walking over, I kind of say that quickly.
Okay. Do you share what you learned so far?
Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember if I shared. I think I shared what I learned with the group back on the island about the Cult of in Heresy book, and then.
Well, didn't I help you because you were?
Yeah.
I helped you read it, so I shared that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. And then just where I learned what they kind of I found some tidbits here, nothing specific, but apparently these cult people leaders, they have these weird characteristics.
So those characteristics, they are pale-skinned, and they have silver eyes.
I have great eyes.
Anyways, I'm been distracted today. I don't know, because we're prisoners in this compound, whatever. I don't know what's going on, and I just feel flustered. And I was hoping you could help me. I don't know, just find anything I might have missed.
I see if there's anything on that I can find.
I'm sending you a note real quick.
Yeah.
Secret.
Yeah.
So, go ahead and make an investigation check.
All right.
Or, sorry, history check.
A history check. All right. With advantage?
You actually
I
can
got
do religion too.
advantage
Either
before.
one of these will work.
That is not even a number.
Sadly, that is a number.
Yeah. 7 would be religion.
Okay. Again, you could do history or religion, whichever you preferred.
Well, history would be better. That's 9.
Well, same as he got. You don't find anything new. Nothing more beyond that.
Just a description. And, yeah. I'll just write. Have you ever seen anything like that? I'll write it on paper.
Not to my knowledge. I mean, it's not something I've really even paid attention to, so don't think so.
Just be like, oh well. Just shrug.
And I kind of sit there for a moment trying to feel if I had any divine inspiration to find anything else.
Your brain starts to hurt.
Yeah, no.
Do a guide my sword moment.
Close my eyes.
And then you just run head first into the bookcase.
Let's just pick a book. I
Case
just
falls on him, so it's like all the books.
And it's smut. Oh, okay.
The muscly lizard folk made.
It's got Uzumar, the goddess
This
of
must have divine
fertility.
answers in it. This research is
Part of
thoroughly.
the goddess of fertility. Fantastic.
And other wild theories.
That beautiful,
my.
thick beard and a lovely dress.
Yeah.
All right. So I imagine
Cousin
you
of
guys
Gina Navi.
finish up. One of the guards comes in and says, "You're wanted in the main hall."
Oh, all right. I grab a book off the shelf and start walking, and then I open the book and start reading.
Whatever it is.
Sounds good. Just for clarity, they're scrolls.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry, I grab the
scrolls.
scroll,
Yeah.
and I'm just reading the scroll as I walk. I'm like, what is this one about?
Okay.
Do you trip?
Possibly.
Yes. Uvmar answers, and he's mad.
I rolled a 3 on dexterity.
You're fine.
It's like, well, if you rip the pages, so I think you'd be in
So
trouble.
you guys come back together after
cat
the
poem.
discussions again. It's probably been about 3 hours. You're getting tired. You know, it's pretty late at night. We're probably talking 2 o'clock in the morning at this point.
Wow.
So
Goliath is very good company.
Kembish comes in and he says, "Well, I hope you all have had some good exchanges with the people that you were looking to talk to, and I understand we had some peruse the library.
Yes.
How's everyone feeling?"
This is a fascinating scroll about cats.
I need a drink.
Yeah, when you say pleasant exchanges, I just stiffen up and just stare.
Well, how's everyone feeling?
Is this a rhetorical question, or are you
No.
trying to probe us for something?
I'm asking how you're feeling.
I'm a bit peckish. Do you have any fried scorpion?
I'm sure we could get something.
That'd be fantastic.
I don't think we have scorpion, but
Oh, shame.
I write down, ask for water.
Oh, my friend here would like some water.
very well. And he sends a few servants to go get some food and some refreshments.
In response to your question, I sarcastically lift my glass, just pound it, slam it on the table.
I see. Well, that's unfortunate. I wanted to ask a favor. Something that we could really use some help on. But I need to know I can trust you. Do you trust me?
Insight.
Who's this asking?
Kempish.
Kempit.
Am I with Kembish or am I on timeout?
You're there.
I got a 14 on my insight.
7.
One thing I want to clarify, guys, it looks like I was talking to you a bit. I think I would indulge in Kembish, because I know lying to him is useless, about who Asar is.
Okay, so you...
I trust Campeche with that alone, but not his Goliath or Celtic.
Okay.
So I'd say that's what we were talking about, and
Okay. Sounds good. So you've relayed your relationship with Asar privately to him before all of this came about.
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good. Good to know.
Does this mission involve our fire-pantsed friend, or not?
It could. With your insight, you don't get as much as Alton got earlier, but he doesn't seem to be someone who, from what you can tell, is a liar or a deceiver of some kind. He seems pretty straightforward, just from what you can tell.
I say so. It's like, yeah, you seem fairly trustworthy. A little, don't like the cloak and dagger bring us here in the middle of the night, but you know.
I'm gonna walk up to him, turn around, and then do a trust fall.
So literal.
can I actually do something here?
Sure.
Alright.
Let me finish this up real quick. So he kind of looks at you and is a little bewildered.
Literally falling
And
into it.
he rolled really bad.
It's not a trust fall.
Okay.
I can show you what I'm trying to do. I'll use this to catch him.
Oh gosh. Go ahead and make a. You're going to need to make a an insight check here.
Gonna break this old man.
22.
Okay. You can
Wow.
kind of pick up what he's trying to do, and you can try and cast that. Let me look up that spell real quick.
What is he
I don't
trying to
think
do?
it's going to work, but I just need to make sure.
Is it Earthen Grasp?
No.
No, is it the
Featherfall or something like that?
yeah, Featherfall or
Hang on.
Bards get a hand.
no, yeah, there's like the hand, but there's also a floating disc.
Cancerous Falling Disc.
Destructive disc.
Sensubine.
Sensibine.
But you can't change like the angle of it, I don't think. It's just
It's just a shorter fall instead of to the floor.
yeah.
It's like falling onto a table.
It's levitating, yeah.
Okay. How much do you weigh?
I do know that actually.
Not as much as me.
160.
So you go to do this trust fall, and Kembish is just like,
Oh, plus all my crap, like which is 87.
yeah, so it's fine.
Pounds.
Regular weight
Anyway. Yeah.
satisfies it.
Nothing. Yeah.
So you go to do this trust fall. Kembish is kind of startled that you're coming up to him, and you see him kind of lean back a little bit, and then you turn around and do this trust fall, and he just like kind of reacts really slow, and you start to fall. No one's catching you. Then all of a sudden, you feel a presence starting to push against you, and you slow down a little bit, and then you just right on the floor. No one caught you.
You know,
Reason being,
Arden, that's probably
too
on
heavy.
you. You don't do that without warning.
Just gonna pick myself up all sore and just shake my head all the way back to Sharu.
I pat him on the shoulder. It's all right.
Just say
I'm not sure what you were thinking.
just
but
right.
It's all right.
Don't trust him.
Well, Arden, you trust us, and we
Honestly,
probably wouldn't have
give
caught
me
you
a bottle of something to drink and a warm bed, and if I wake up in the morning, I think you'll have my trust. So
that sounds reasonable. But
Cordovan looks very offended by that statement he just made.
does anyone have any particular concerns that I can address tonight?
Are we free to leave?
I would say at this point, yes.
I guess I don't have any concerns then.
I'd write to Sharu
I'm
since
concerned
getting
that
him.
this other tiefling isn't gagged at all times.
Fire
If I'm
Genasi.
nosy.
Yeah, sorry, Fire Genasi.
I would write to Shrew, like, are we being watched the whole time?
Well, he hasn't proven to be a problem.
That's...
Yet.
Are we always being watched while we're here or in the city?
I see no reason not to trust you, myself. We may be in touch, but we won't intrude on your privacy if you do not permit us to.
And can we have access to the library and for future?
You know, one thing that might help. I did meet a fellow in the bar, punch bar up north, a dwarven man named Harridan. Seemed to be after our tiefling friend. If you could perhaps take care of him, not in obviously the bad way, but in just the way that could get him out of town, because he seemed to be a bit hot on our trail, and I'd rather not have to run into him again. I don't think my nose could take it.
Yes. Well, I'll tell you what. I need a favor, as I said. And to answer your question about the library, it could remain open to you if you can assist us. Right now we're keeping everyone out for the safety of the sanctum, the safety of my people. You are a very uncommon exception. I've come to believe that you have no malicious intent, and so I'm willing to part at this point on good terms, but I will continue to keep my guests that are here housed for their safety. But if you're willing to help me with this favor, maybe something else can be done.
Do you mean you could provide that same safety to us while we're here?
If you'd like to stay here, sure. But more of a long-term relationship, so to speak. I could be here as a resource. You'd have access to the sanctum for research if you need it. I could pay you for different tasks that I may need done. And we'll see. We'll see what else it could turn into, but it's assuming that we can work together.
Well, it sounds like these nets are not a very nice group anyways, so especially if they're connected to Zujiri distribution.
Yes.
I think our interests might align.
In fact, I think it runs deeper than that. I'm quite certain they have high connections within the Unseen Hand. But I don't know for sure. It's just a theory. And what I would like, if you're willing to help, as I told you, Seth, that I need all of my people here to guard the sanctum. But there are those within the city who are very concerned about my guests. We have, for good reasons, not spoken truthfully about them. But rumors have still gotten out, and I need to know what is going on with my enemies. The Netsk family is holding a ball in a week's time, and I need to get some information about that, about what they're planning, whose hands they're greasing.
I think you saw Alton interested, and then as soon as you mentioned the ball, his face just like drops.
Asar is the opposite.
Sherry was confused as to why you put grease on your hands.
So this involves us trying to get close to the Netsk family, and they are not on good terms with you. You're not on good terms with them. Honestly, I don't think we should spend the night here then. I think we leave under cover of darkness after we've gotten the information we need, because I feel like it's a big red flag if anyone has spotted us near here, inside of here, coming out of here, and then suddenly getting close to a rival family.
I could not agree with you more.
I think everyone should get in the habit of calling me Rico so we don't let my name slip.
What is your real name?
Rico.
I'm Rico.
Suave.
Great to meet you.
I don't believe you.
And
Maybe, how would I tell if he's lying?
Insight check.
Oh, yeah, it's insight.
Essentially, not necessarily getting close to the Netsk family,
That's good.
but more just listening for rumors at the ball. Trying to understand what maybe is going on.
I've never been to a ball. That sounds fun.
And making sure that
It's like a fancy
if you
party.
can gather the right information, make the right connections, that we could get further
We might have to write that test
contact
again.
in their circles. But it will be dangerous. The Netsk family is very careful, very safeguarded. They have unsavory types at their disposal that me and mine are not willing to participate in. Have you heard of... Well... do you have any questions? Let me ask that.
How would a ragtag team of adventurers get into a fancy ball?
Tickets to the ball. It's by invitation only. That is not the problem. The problem is making sure you are well disguised and
Sherry looks down at himself.
and that you cannot be easily detected for disguises. They have
Do we all have to go?
not necessarily. I mean,
Because
you
maybe
can
those
gather
of us who
information
are-
other ways.
Well, it might be good to split up with those who are harder to disguise, maybe doing some other recon during the ball.
It's possible. I'm
Not
sure-
that I'd love to go, but you know, I'd be happy to be useful elsewhere too.
I'm sure there is information that could probably be found in Zujiri distribution as well. Not sure how you'd go about doing that, whether that's through, clever disguises as well, or espionage of some sort. But there may be information there. My big concern is there is a vote coming in the near future, about 2 weeks' time, and I need to know what to expect. So, and Zujiri distribution has a large portion of the voting power in the city. And I need to know who they are planning on utilizing or threatening, bribing, so that I can counter those offers if possible.
I do have one question, because we don't have the best track record, I could say, of talking things out. Perhaps we could bring someone along who is very good at talking out his ass. I'm sure
I mimic
that
your voice in perfect clarity and even have a slight appearance of a beard now on my face, using my feet mimicking your voice perfectly. And when I shoot a bow, I have to make sure I have the pointy end on the feather.
I
sound exactly like you perfectly. This is from my acting
and I do
feat.
my disguised self to look exactly like you again.
Except ugly.
and I say, and every time I need to go to the bathroom, I have to have a guard hold it for me.
Only because you can't afford it.
he looks at you two and he says,
We get along swimmingly, don't we? No problems.
well,
I enjoy him
I don't
challenging
have
his
any other
intelligence.
options, unfortunately. But, yes, Mr. Boo Boo here can accompany you.
Fantastic, just like old times, eh?
No, yes, you did. We could talk about this later. You'll probably want to punch him in the face as much as I do after a night. But I do think we should get out of here before we are noticed.
Also very knowledgeable of distribution myself.
Congratulations. He'll be useful. He'll be a pain in the ass, but he'll be useful.
Indeed.
Oh, so he's my sheriff. What? I say that with the utmost love and adoration for you, sheriff, but sometimes you are a pain in the ass.
Nobody appreciates my stories.
Listen, I have not once threatened to punch you aside from that time that you guys spilled the beans about everything. But aside from that, you've been, rather likable traveling companions compared to many that I have had the displeasure of coming across. So
Has he reached the age of where he cannot speak anymore? I've heard of these people.
He
He's
fell under
doing this,
no
I've
no
heard-
no he fell under a curse. He can't speak anymore. It's a very tragic
It's very
thing.
refreshing, actually.
however, his twin brother Cletus likes to talk all the time.
Are they twins? I didn't realize that.
I change appearance.
You don't
when
see the
I'm
resemblance?
Cletus. Not right now. I'm just saying when I'm Cletus, I change appearance. So, but yeah.
So we can allow him to leave, but guard him carefully. We have fears that excuse me. We know he's wanted by people within the city, primarily for information. And if he gets captured by the wrong people, it's not good for my family. It's not good for the city. It's not good for the world.
If you want us to guard him, I actually have a perfect spell for that called Sanctuary. However, I need some platinum rings. Could you by chance have any?
We could get you them.
He also is very good at making himself look much better, as we
I'll write
saw
down and
just
see
a
if they
moment
have
ago.
100 gold
So-
pearl that you can have instead of
The
borrowing mine.
question is, can he hide from magic?
That dagger you mentioned might be helpful in protecting you.
You are not getting the dagger.
I just point to the paper.
I ask also. Apparently also 100 gold pearl, if that's possible.
For what?
For Arden doesn't like me about it. I pull out Arden's pearl that I never gave back.
Take it back, yeah.
It's a component for a spell.
What spell?
Identify. He just doesn't like me using his pearl.
It is not pertinent to this mission, but I assure you, if you need it on success here, I will get it for you.
I probably don't need it for success, but the platinum rings, that would be actually really helpful.
I can get those for you. And he motions for Moldiath to head off somewhere, and she comes back with the rings you need.
Sweet.
Consider them a gift.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Is there anything else you will need?
Pray to the gods for our good luck and fortune.
I pray frequently, as does my family.
Will you be in communication with us closer to the ball so that we get our invitations and attire and transportation?
We can get everything you need. I will have either servants or my children visit you. They tend to visit at night. They're quite good at getting about without being seen. But we also have the means of communicating magically if needed. So we'll be in touch. But is there anything else you need tonight?
Good.
Sleep.
Sleep, yes, yes.
Very well. I will ensure that Celtic is able to take you back to the chiseled block, and they'll make sure you get there safely. And as you guys finish up, you exit the sanctum, and before you leave, actually, Moldiath casts invisibility on each of you.
Wow, all 7 of us?
Yes.
Wow.
That's a good. He's a good caster. I'm glad we didn't have to fight him.
Not yet.
Don't curse us.
Let me actually double check.
What is that, level 6?
I need to double check. Invisibility.
I think mass invisibility. I think it's 6 character.
But to do it on each person, it's like
I mean,
one person's 2.
There's a spell called mass invisibility where you
Oh.
can cast it on multiple people.
Need to double check
And then if
something.
Because it has to be, you gotta have a level 8 slot to do regular invisibility on 7 people.
Yeah.
And you have to have, 1 level 8 spell slot. If you use regular invisibility.
We'll put it this way, because I forgot to double check that. Several people within the household cast invisibility on each of you.
All right, sounds good. Let's see how powerful this guy is.
Not that powerful, sorry.
So this is what it feels like. This is weird.
It's a good
Yeah, because
feeling,
we can't
isn't
see
it?
each other, right?
I was so
you can't
tempted
see
to try to
Celtic.
sneak
That
away.
leads you guys
Right.
through the city,
Trip over each other.
back to your the chisel block, and you are now there to talk as you will. Celtic bids you adieu. Heads forward.
As he leaves, you give him a note and say, "This is for your sister."
He looks at it, glances at you with kind of a very dirty look,
Just says, "I miss you" to him.
and then he goes back and takes it.
Moldiath, I'll read something else. It's just a lovely little poem.
Bards.
True bard.
I'm disguised as a human
bards. I also hate paladins.
I know Celtic knows probably what's on that note.
I miss being a paladin.
So, what are you guys discussing?
It's like 3 a.m.
It is. Or you going to bed?
Arden's going straight to bed.
Can I get a separate room?
I'm sure you could.
Asal would like one as well.
Okay.
You fancy.
Arden doesn't.
Hey, I've got money. I can afford some privacy at the moment.
I'd like to board with
We can drink
Ranger.
ourselves to.
Rainer?
I don't think of much of him. I sit in a corner and just huddle in my shell.
Just pause for a second, just staring at that just before he just. It's like a small thing of bewilderment he's only read about tourists, he's never seen them.
So you guys are able to get in your separate rooms,
I'm sharing a room with Raynor.
able to take a long
That
rest
actually doesn't
unless there's
happen.
anything else happening. And,
I will stay up for an hour to attune to my
okay.
thing.
I'm gonna
Sounds good.
see if
And then fall asleep.
I'm gonna take like another look for my Book of Shadows,
Okay.
and then just see if. Don't know if you're listening out there, but what the hell is going on?
Okay. Let
Actually,
me
with
pull up the Book of Shadow. I apologize. Give me just a second. Remind me. I was not prepared for this one either. Remind me what.
Well, that just kind of gave me some extra cantrips
Okay.
at this point, at this level, but I know it came from this patron
So nothing special.
person, so just wanted to kind of take another look at it to see if I missed anything with it. Other than that, I'm just trying to, I'm trying to get get a better idea of what I'm dealing with.
Gotcha. Okay.
What's our room situation? Like, who's where? You're in your own room.
I think we were all sharing a room until they bought their own rooms.
Alton is in his own room.
Alton's in his own room, Asar's in his own room, and I think the rest of us are
we're all in
communally.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Yeah.
Give me just a second.
Because I'm going to stare at my choker for an hour. In a trance.
All right. So you're just kind of speaking out to your patron, seeing what's going on.
If they happen to be around.
Let me see here. You don't get any response back. Is everyone else going to sleep?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys wake up in the morning.
Can Asad do something in the morning?
Absolutely.
Do you
All
do
right.
your thing to give us 5 HP still?
Yeah. Everyone has their 5 HP.
Well, I have a song for you guys too.
It's like my morning coffee. It just wakes me up.
Except for
A song of rest.
What does a song of rest do?
It gives everyone 1d6 bonus HP.
Oh,
Wow.
Cool.
Is it temporary?
do you roll the 1d6?
So,
Or is it individual?
Is it 1d6 or modifier?
oh, it's for you regain it, so if you needed HP, never mind.
Okay, never mind.
But I'll still do it anyway.
Just for fun.
Good for a short
That
rest.
spell slot.
I mean, it's right before a long rest, so he's going to get it
I
back
see.
anyway.
I can do that every long or short rest. It doesn't cost anything.
I was initially planning on like drinking myself to sleep, but the moment I saw Godovin walk through the door into the same room as us, I just kind of put the bottle away and I sit there for a bit. Then I pull out my scroll case and grab a few, just like a blank sheet of papyrus paper. And just kind of scribble down some thoughts from the last couple days, and then put it away, and just I roll like facing away from him, like back to him
What thoughts
Oh,
as I
are
fall
those?
asleep.
Oh gosh!
A what?
What thoughts are those?
He's casting a spell. He's being a dick. I think
Oh,
there's
is
a
that
Yeah, there's
something
a
that
wisdom save of 14. When it fails, I can tell if you're angry or not. It's just empathic if it fails.
That is, I did fail. So you essentially kind of, as I'm writing, you get kind of the thoughts that I've been kind of struggling with the decision on whether or not I want to go and find my sister, who I had recently found was alive. But I seem to have come to the conclusion that if she is truly with the, or was made safe by the one that I think has her, has helped her, then she's probably about as safe as she could be in this current moment in time. And immediately running off to find her in the current state that I am might jeopardize that, and I would kind of have a desire to grow stronger before I decide to actually go and help her, because I want to be able to, the next time I find her and can have her back in my life, I want to be strong enough to properly protect her this time. I do write a little bit about this night, and you get distinct thoughts about how I would really love to punch you in the face. But having said that, I am a man who is smart enough to understand that at times I need to put differences aside when it comes to a someone who may be useful to our current situation. And I don't know what Asar sees in you or how you can be friends, but if she trusts you, I'll trust you.
Right, sir. I know you know something about Asar, but keeping your mind to yourself so far.
So, you guys get your long rest.
Awesome.
You are going to do something, Asar.
In the morning, in the early morning, Asar awakes before everyone else. And she kind of sits down in her room, heaves a big sigh, and says, like to herself, they all know at this point. And she reaches into her bag of holding, and she starts pulling out very, very fine clothing. And so she is going to get dressed up. So, and wait for you guys in the morning to come down so that she can talk to you. And so when you guys get down there, you're going to see her, and she's in a form-fitting white gown. There is gold, threaded embroidery all along the bodice and like on the hem. It almost looks like feathers falling on her gown. She has a chiffon sheer, train that comes down. So it's all very fancy looking. And to top it all off, she has a haloed tiara or crown. And it's made of ruby and spinel and garnet, precious metals. So she is in full princess attire.
Just to kind of confirm, do you go down to the main part of the tavern, or do you go to their room?
What would be the most effective? Probably just to your room.
To the room?
Yeah, I'm just thinking if you went to the main part of the tavern, there's other people generally
Yeah.
there.
That's going to attract a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Oh, good morning, Asar. Oh, you're fancy.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's go get some breakfast.
I grab him by the back of his shell, and I'm just like, you'd think she just dressed up like this and walked in here.
I mean, isn't that Asar? That's what she does, right?
Arden's
Do you not
gonna
know the significance of what she wears above her head?
Arden's gonna grumbly wake up
I'll make a history check.
wipe
on
his
that.
eyes, see you. Wow.
I do give you a slight bow, and I say, Your Majesty, how can we be of service this morning?
20 on that.
It's your
That's Her
highness.
Highness.
Yeah, Your
Oh shoot!
Highness.
I wasn't supposed to talk. Oh.
Yeah, he's not very good.
I'm
at,
out
formalities these days.
I'm out of practice with formalities. Majesty, Highness, close enough. They're both.
I will present you 20 forks. Tell me what each one does.
You're all so loud. I had to drink enough to loosen my jaw after looking at his face. You. Oh. How do you move in that thing?
Skill.
I'll just walk
Quite.
in from the other room.
I would say with the 20, you probably pick up what this is for the most part. You may not know all the details of it, but
Well, yeah, we already knew you were a princess. I mean, you don't have to be all fancy. You're among friends.
Princess.
Is this what you're wearing to the ball?
Could be. It's one of them. I've decided that it is best that we might want to indulge a little bit in where I come from. To reintroduce myself, I am Her Royal Highness Asar Tomiskar, Crown Princess of the Chandelier City, Duchess of Wingu, and the Just Heart of the Coast. Ask me anything.
So he's just making little check marks next to boxes that he's.
To clear the air, though, I must say something to you. You knew I was concealing my identity. Why did, in every single opportunity, you decide to share it?
I did not know you were concealing an identity. I knew
It was my story to tell.
I know this one. Pick me. It's because he's a moron.
You never told me to keep it a secret, and so I learned about figured out who you are, and it was
Because he's too trusting of others.
And I point to myself and to him as well, and I'm just like,
You must understand that I was not concealing my identity because I am ashamed of where I come from. It was to give you plausible deniability. My situation is unique, and knowing me could put you at great risk. And so, when
If
you...
other powers other than me knew who she was with, you would not be breathing till the next morning. No matter what invisibility, know how far you ran. If you went to the other side of the continent, even within 24 hours, you would be found.
That sounds like an adventure. Oh, a story worth telling.
Do not write that down.
I'm writing it down.
I've already accepted the fact that he is going to be killed.
I feel like I should
Probably
be
you
trying
next.
To pick your pocket right
You
now.
too.
I didn't say a word this whole time, and now I need to speak.
So you can
Oh, you
morning,
broke your promise.
sunshine.
I didn't break my promise.
You're free of your curse.
It was not a curse.
I know.
Well, it was a self-indulgent... whatever.
Listen, I will say,
So you can lie,
I do
Turtle.
trust you a little bit
You
more after
can
the sacrifice
hide
you've
the
made.
truth.
I
Oh, yeah,
wanted to
obviously.
prove that I
Yeah.
could do it.
Let's not talk over each other.
Sorry.
Asar, that was really brave of you, honestly. I know that you want to kill me, but it's... to come out like that to us is to show your true colors. It's amazing.
Thank you.
And how much do you trust this person? He hurt me the first time. Yesterday, you hurt me with your words, and it
Shouldn't
physically
listen
hurt.
in on people.
You were being quite rude.
What?
You were talking right in front of us.
I
How's
was
that?
just writing it down because he couldn't understand what you were saying.
There is...
Oh, that was the point. I am a little slow sometimes. I'm sorry.
I mean, if you want secrets, don't talk in front of people.
You truly are the dumbest, most intelligent man I know.
Thing is, if I told you to leave, would you?
Well, it depends on how you asked me. If you asked nicely, maybe.
So is everyone keeping secrets
So
about
you
who
would
they
trust
really
your
are?
friend with someone you've never met in a room
I mean,
alone.
you know who I am at this
Well, it
point.
depends.
So, Asar, is there anything else that you'd like to express at this point?
Yes, there are quite a few things that I wish to share for your protection. Now that you know my identity, you need to be careful who you talk to. I'm not joking when I say that your lives are at risk by revealing my status. I'm looking specifically at you.
Let me get this straight. Our lives are at risk for knowing him, our lives are at risk for knowing you, and our lives may or may not be at risk for knowing the other one.
And for knowing you.
Reina.
You as well, if you...
And for
There's
associating
probably a lot
with
of
the
sea people who
Venturum.
hate you.
So I don't see how this changes anything.
Oh, there's
He's the
more
only
at
good
risk.
man here.
I mean, what it changes is there is a significantly greater. How it's a matter of how long you want to live. Like knowing the Gentirum and having issues with the Nets, they might catch up to us at some point. We might have some scuffles. We might survive. We might die. Knowing Alton, Seth, whatever you want to go by, Rico. Knowing Rico, people that are around him might track us down, might fight us. We might survive a little bit longer. People who might know who I am, who want to get rid of me. Essentially, the Coven, they are rather powerful as well. But there's countermeasures to keep oneself alive. I've survived the last decade from being a young boy up to where I am now, and I have not died from them yet. Her father can essentially kill you with a thought. So maybe that's exaggerating, but the chances
is
is
the
like,
might of the
would
singular
you
city.
would you rather live a day, or would you rather live a year, would you rather live 10 years? It all depends on. Either way, the dying sucks. As you said, I'll try anything but death once. I've gotten a little too close in my life, and I'd rather avoid fulfilling the matter. But what I'm saying is that our dangers on a day-to-day basis from knowing me or him or who or her are nothing compared to the dangers that this one brings.
So why do you go by Asar then? If that's your real name and you don't want people to know who you are?
The danger's not necessarily towards me. I'm just in exile. How to best explain this? Watch this. She points to Gardovian to grab his attention, and then she casts... What kind of flashy spell do I have? I'm gonna cast a spell. A flashy one, too.
Put a spell on you.
This is why it's important. And I'm going to do Produce Flame.
Wow.
So just... You would know why this is significant.
I'm going to examine your hands to see if there's anything else that could have caused that.
This one's not good enough. Instead, I do control water, and so now water is in my hand.
You have magic.
I do have magic. And it's not because I'm a cleric.
Really?
I'm not a cleric.
I mean, I'm so
You're a
surprised.
knobby.
I am just blown away.
She was a cleric of Dunanabi, so I mean...
No. The situation of my birth is complicated. I was born a twin. My twin brother, Claw, is High Prince of the Chandelier City. Golden child, everyone loves him. However, I was born without magic, not a wick of it. Nothing. For all of my years, nothing.
She was the first royal ever born without it.
It was a scandal of the highest measure, mostly because nobody trusted my mother. She is not a fire genasi. She pretended to be a human, but that's not true either. She's an Asimar. So, here I am, some weird hybrid freak without anything that contribute to my kingdom. I was kept away most of the time. I didn't even debut until I was 18. I tried my best with science, math, trying to beautify my city. Some things worked, some things failed. But what's important here is my father wanted a fire genasi divine soul sorcerer. He's trying to get one, and he doesn't know that I am one. Who knows what he wants me for, but he can't have this power because... my father, I love him dearly, but he's mixed up with the wrong crowd. He's, and you can see Asar is really flustering.
His ideals have shifted, and his time to rule should be passed to his children.
As I see Asar getting all flustered, I cast Calm Emotions on the group. You can resist it if you want. It's DC 14. Wisdom.
Natural 1.
Wow, natural 20.
You're going hysterical.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. It's such emotion. Such tragedy.
I am not calm.
Continue, sorry.
What I am here... I'm not in my city because a situation happened with my mother. Officially, I was exiled because my actions directly resulted in her death. I killed her.
Indirect.
Yes, but it was still my fault.
It was...
I shouldn't have ever let her go. Unofficially, what the city won't want you to hear is she was having an affair with her bodyguard. And they were discovered and I helped them escape. Because of my lack of magic, I was very well tuned with the city. I would go out, I would help people, I would try to be an aid. And so I knew it better than anyone else. I knew all the secret ways, all the people that could help them, and I helped them escape. I honestly thought my mother and Corvin were going to be happy, but my father chased them down, and the pressure was too much. Corvin sold the queen into slavery for a paltry amount of coin, just just so that he could get enough money to try to get away. And that's where the jewel of our city perished. In some slave camp. Not even in some, noble battle or anything. It was in, she just got sick and died because of me. Because I let them go. And it didn't even matter. Lord, my father, he captured the bodyguard, brought him back, executed them, and then exiled me. But
his execution was a lot worse than what you're making. I was there.
yes,
He killed him, brought him back, killed him, brought him back until he was bored.
you do not want to cross the Sorcerer King. But my brother and I,
She died of disease.
she died of disease. She was branded, it got infected.
And the delivery from the king, it was her lover who murdered her.
Yes, because isn't that more fantastic? And so, I am on a secret quest. A secret quest, Shrew! I need to find the source of my father's power. Cut him off from it. Because right now, he's untouchable. No one can hope. It would take armies to bring him down. So, that's where I'm at.
A dragon tried, and now he's dragon steak.
Well, this might.
That's why you cannot run.
Do you share anything else about that?
About my secret quest? The patron of my father is, it's a demon, right? Mm-hmm. It's a demon.
And Aaron, yes.
I need to find any information about how to find one, how to kill one, how to sever it.
Sorry, let me clarify. It's a devil.
It's a devil.
Yeah.
Devil.
Very, very important distinction indeed.
Yeah.
Your father's behind the unspoken movement?
Wouldn't that
far
shock you?
gone?
No one knows. Except for very, very few close to the royal family. And so that's why I have you here. That's why I have you all helping. I saw something in each one of you. Something that I might be able to pull loose threads on, to find clues, to unravel the mystery.
Sounds exciting.
But you were born without magic, and now you have it.
That's right. On the dawn of what would have been my execution, in probably my darkest hour, I just cried out, cursed my lot, and it came to me. Funny. Something I wanted all my life, and it finally came when I wanted it least. So, besides my brother, you are the only ones that know.
Wow. Another wow.
Well, thank you, Asar, for telling us.
Yes, that takes a lot of
Honestly, that just makes me excited
trust.
to find more secrets, learn more stories. This
I
might be.
really need you to be careful, though.
Yes, I will be careful. This might be the total outlook on life, but we live short lives, and it is in our blood to find excitement in an adventure. And this gets my blood boiling, finding secrets about your father and uncovering all that. I am so happy to have met you.
Thank you.
As reassuring as that phrase is.
Yeah.
It is for my people that I'm doing this. We cannot have a ruler that is beset by a devil. As much as it pains me to say it is my own father.
I think you showing us trust I can't describe it. There's a few things that I think our past actually align as far as very similar. And I'd like to change and show you my true colors too.
Oh no.
We've seen centuries, so we were very intrigued.
And he shows his true self. You see a white-haired, white-faced, silver-eyed,
Oh god.
basically in the clothes, it's just the clothes, same clothes he's got, the blue robes and everything. And very not old. He's more 25. And about the same height. And basically standing in the corner, very raw, open, scared.
So as you guys look at him, those of you who would be familiar with this would recognize this as a changeling. And that is where we're going to end tonight's episode. Thanks for listening.
If you like listening to Rollfair, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. We'd love to hear from you. Also check out our merch store at rollfair.com.